not counting the soil. And this one, we're going to take those components and start assembling one to the point we're ready to put the dirt in. And with that, we'll get going with that. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Wall Street Homestead. I want to say thank you to all our subscribers who are coming back to watch another video, and welcome to anybody new who's just found us. And if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, the like button, and leave us a comment. Share us out on your social media, tell your friends, family, and everything. And we are also on Instagram, and we've been putting up some videos on there, so check us out there, and on Facebook and Twitter. And I believe we put some things on TikTok as well. So this is a continuation of a short series we're doing on our wicking tubs that we use in our garden almost exclusively. The first video we talked about the different containers that you can use and what we have been using. And then the second video was about the different components that you can use to assemble the wicking tubs. In this one we're going to talk about how to take those components and put them together and get them ready for soil. And so with that, just another quick review on a wicking tub. It is you're building a reservoir in the bottom of the tub to hold the water, and then the soil will go down in there and will wick up the moisture as it needs it to the plants, and that way they get a steady moisture, get steady watering that way. And then you only have to fill the bottoms, depending on what's in them, anywhere from a few days to a week that it can go. So with that, we're going to take one of these and show you what you need to do on these. With the 6-inch tubes, you're going to have a drill a hole, a drain hole, not in the bottom like you normally do. You want to put it on the side because you want to have water in the bottom. So however tall, whatever you put in here, which these are the 6-inch, you want your hole 1 inch lower than the tops of whatever is in there. So you want to come up 5 inches here and drill. I always drill a 1/2 inch hole so that when it's full, it runs out. Or if you got them outside and it rains a lot and it fills up, it'll run out. So you do that, and then after you have that, you'll need to put your tubes in. If you're using the tubes and you put them in crossways like this, you want the ends of your pipe pointing towards the hole, and then you'll want to put your fill tube in there. And I always put the fill tube on the same side of the tub as the drain hole, that way it's easier to watch to see when they're full when you're filling them. And then after you have those in there like that, you take your weed mat. Most of the ones we cut to 3 foot by 4 foot, and stick it down in there, work it down in there, have it kind of coming up the sides, but you want it around your tubes. You want to push it down so it covers the tubes on both sides, so when you fill it, you're going to have dirt down in here. The dirt will be sitting beneath the water, but it's going to have the barrier of the weed mat too, so the soil's not going to mix with the water. So then you fill it with your soil and put in your fertilizers and amendments, different things. We'll talk about that in another video, but that's the first step. Other ways you can do it with the milk cartons. I don't have enough for this tub, but this is just for demonstration. You put enough milk cartons in there. Same thing on those. On these, you got to be able to have for the water to get in and go out. So you want to drill approximately a 1/4 inch hole, probably on every side on the bottom, and then also on the top, so as the water goes in, the air has somewhere to go out the top. And you want to make sure you keep the lids on them as well. And you would put them in there as many as you can get in there. I believe you can get 7 in there. And also you can take Gatorade, 1 or 2 holes in top, 1 or 2 in the bottom, and they can fill a gap right there, which will hold more water like that. And then you just fill the whole thing up. Same thing, you drill your hole in the side. You can either, on these, you can either just put your tube in like you normally do, or you can cut the neck off of the milk carton, and so that the pipe will go down inside one of the milk cartons.
That's a good idea.
And then the water will run into that. Of course, there's holes in the bottom, it runs out and it fills all the rest of them. And then on this method, you do not have to use a weed mat. You can fill this. You still need to, because the dirt's going to go down in the smaller crevices. You can fill every crevice up here with milk bottles and Gatorade bottles and whatnot, and then just start filling it with dirt. But you got to make sure you got lids on everything so dirt doesn't go down in them, and you got to make sure you don't drill your holes on the top too big that dirt goes down in them. But like I said, about a 1/4 inch hole. If you go much bigger than that, dirt's going to go in, and then just start filling it. And however tall, whatever you got, and I believe 5 inches still works on a milk carton. You'll want to make some measurements, but you want to be 1 inch lower, so the water starts running out of the fill, or the fill hole, or the level hole, before, so there's an air gap in there. You got to have that air gap in there. And the method that we used on a lot of ours last year was using the vegetable cans. And again, what I did in getting them ready is you got to have a hole in the top, which I just drilled a 1/2 inch hole in the top, because you got to have some place for the air to go as it displaces the air as the water goes in. And if you set it in there and it's flat, I don't think the water can go in and out at the bottom. So you could either drill holes around the bottom, but that takes a lot of work. What I did, and worked real well, just got a pair of tin snips, make one single cut, fold those in like that, and then when you set it down, there's an opening for the water to go in, and then you still have your hole on top for the air to go out. That's what I did, and it worked well for me. But on this method, the way I built them last year is I still use the shade cloth, and you want to put it in. Again, you drill your hole 1 inch lower than however tall these are, which I believe these are 6 inches as well. So you would drill it 5 inches. You find a place to put your pipe, preferably close to your fill hole, so you can, as you're filling, you can watch it. And then you put in your weed mat. This is a little bit too big of a piece for this tub, but we'll just use it for demonstration. But you need to put it in so it's coming up the side, so as you fill it, it'll seal it. But you got to push it down towards the bottom and somewhere in there, so the dirt can get down in the water and fill it. I have thought about, and I haven't done it any yet, but I think you could possibly build this without weed mat using the tin cans, but I have not yet. I've only did use the weed mat, so there's some different variations there. I did, though, however, on the 5-gallon buckets, I built them without weed mat. This one, I remember, because of the way the pipe is coming out at an angle, I drilled my hole for the pipe in the can, and I put 1 can in the bottom of this and drilled the hole. That's what the hole would look like. I've got it that far, and then I've just put dirt in around it, and it worked pretty good doing it that way last year. There were some others I built them, but I didn't use weed mat, and I just stuck the pipe in there they didn't seem to fill right, and I'm going to rebuild them.
So you're saying it's better to use the weed mat, probably?
Maybe, yes.
Okay.
But if you don't use the weed mat, put your pipe into a can to where.
Okay.
But I think with the cans, the weed mat's better.
Well, I have a question. Does the weed mat kind of hold your soil into the in the container?
No.
It won't matter?
No. All the weed mat does is keep the soil out of the water.
Okay.
But let the water get into the soil.
Okay.
But with this method here, on the perforated pipe, you have to do it, because if you didn't, the soil would fill up those pipes and you'd be done. On the milk cartons with a small hole where the dirt can't get in, but yet the air can still come out,
right,
you can get by that way.
Okay.
Or if you wanted to, you could just not put a milk carton in the center and put weed mat down the center for your wick.
Okay.
So yeah, there's different ideas on how that should be built. So that's what you would do to assemble one up, and then you're ready for soil and then putting in your amendments and things like that. So with that, we thank you for watching this video. Again, check us out on all of our other social media: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. And
the next video is going to be about.
The next video in the series is we'll be filling one with soil and talk about different soils
and what you add to it
and amendments that you want to add to it. So with that, we thank you for watching and have a blessed day. Thank you.